We all sound like Maurice Chevalier.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for spoken and heard open mic here at Kickbutt Coffee in Austin, Texas? I'm Ernie B, and here's your host, Lost in Thought, and the lovely Hot Tamale.
Thank you.
We all sound like Maurice Chevalier. I'm sorry. I'm channeling history of the world.
Yeah, last night we were making a grocery list, and I forgot I had asked them to order me some breakfast croissants, and I was feeling pretty good last night. I was doing the croissants.
And then so me and my kids started going, oui, si. Anyway, we're dorks. Anyway, what's happening, Kickbutt? You're about to witness the best open mic in the ATX. We're going to hear it live every Sunday night at Kickbutt Coffee, music, and boo. At your average ordinary coffee shop, we do have a full bar. And behind the bar tonight, we have the pirate Jacob, who will keep you fed, caffeinated, and buzzed. But please show your love to your bartender by filling his tip jar. Nothing says, I love you, thank you for the coffee, than giving him a big fat 20. Or a 50. That's okay, too.
That'd be nice.
That's okay.
No limits, no laws.
I actually did, and I actually have a true quick story. Customer lost their phone when I was working Friday night. And I was like, okay, well, and I found it over in the clearance Christmas stuff. She came back, grabbed her phone. Thank you. Gave me $10. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
Rock and roll.
Walgreens. Okay. Clearance forever.
Nothing says whoop, whoop, like 2 5s.
Yep. I'm not saying
I'm very easy to make happy. Trust me.
Easy like Sunday morning.
And I know somebody's gonna take that into a dark place. Go ahead. I don't care.
Yeah. No, not tonight.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. So if you want, like I said, if you want to sing your song, dance your dance, strut your stuff, and hopefully dance better than that.
It's all right. At least he's moving.
He's still wearing his divorced dad shoes.
Whoa.
Penny loafers.
No. Penny loafers I can excuse. This looks like something out of the 70s. This looks like
Beetle boots.
Beetle boots?
I don't know.
The dad from My Three Sons or something.
Beetle boots
Yeah.
are infinitely cooler than those.
What are beetle boots?
Oh,
Is that something that Beetlejuice wore? If you say his name 3 times, does something happen?
Tom just gasped at you in Australian. He
Yep.
did. He
I
just
could not
gasped in
believe
Australian.
Who is that kangaroo?
Okay, so like I said, we've just got a couple people in the shop tonight, but that's excusable because not everybody can drive.
Wait a minute, somebody's speaker's really loud.
Yeah, people, mute your speaker, please.
There we go.
Thank you. And not everybody can drive like Ernie B, who is from Chi-Town.
Yeah, I don't know how many people are going to be showing up tonight if they're brave enough to brave the storm.
The slush.
A few people have.
Yeah.
Ernie B, you know when a little bit of snow hit the ground,
Yeah,
they get
I know,
scared.
this is Texas, everyone goes.
They got to be careful for the whiteouts and stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Birdman, I get nervous during a hard rain, so come on. Okay.
Hard rain.
Okay, so to
Wow.
start the
Wait,
show.
so, hot tamale. So first off, what am I drinking?
I don't know. What are you drinking, Lost in Thought?
Horchata smoothie.
Green tea frap.
Chocolate smoothie?
Horchata smoothie.
Oh, horchata smoothie. Oh, and just to let you guys know, my theanine levels are through the roof. I just had a kick-butt size hot green tea, courtesy of the pirate Jacob.
I mean, should we?
Oh, it's so good. I swear, all my cells are smiling. It's wonderful.
I mean, everyone here is pretty much obeying the rules. Should we still do the mask rules or no?
What? No, actually, everybody's doing really good on the I haven't had to bounce anybody yet. So
No.
everyone's doing no. It's basically, if you want to be in the venue, wear a mask. If you're not actively eating or drinking, wear a mask. If you want to perform on stage, wear a mask.
I'm suddenly reminded of Tiny Toons.
Oh no!
When you said booting someone, it made me think of when a character was kidnapped by a UFO, and you saw they're really annoyed. It was Plucky.
Medic.
They're really annoyed by it, and you
Medic.
saw him go.
Stinking again.
I know me and Jacob, we were before the show started. We were actually just marveling at the naivete that is Lost in Thought.
Yes.
I swear, I was throwing sarcasm bombs at him left and right, and he thought I was serious.
Oh, sad.
I know. So, anyway.
You dropped the bomb on me.
Well, yeah. For those of you who have never been here before, we are being joined online via Skype on that monitor over there on the side of the stage from the people from here in Austin, North Carolina in the house tonight, and H-Town.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Is Ryan there? Huh? Yep, good.
Okay, no. Okay. I got.
Rayla's there too.
Real quick. Yeah, I gotta give Lost in Thought a hip lesson. It's not his house. That's too much syllables. It's his house.
When you said syllable, it made me think of that show Sybil.
Oh no!
No.
That
Multiple
was a good
personality.
show. I missed that show.
Tell me what I should name this.
Get a big gun.
But yeah, anyway, so that's how we're kind of handling our social distancing. The people that don't feel comfortable about going out yet, they can join us online.
They can join us right here. Yes. They can join us and enjoy us at home via their computer, their phone, iPad. I don't know. I don't know what the kids are doing these days. Anyway.
iWatch.
Oh yes.
You got one of those iPhone watches?
Is that possible?
Yeah. I would think so. It's basically an iPhone for your wrist.
Broadcast from the watch?
Well, I would think so. I mean, why couldn't you?
I don't know.
Maybe the quality isn't as good, but I mean, it's supposed to do everything pretty much that an iPhone does.
Yeah, don't give anybody any suggestions. They'll start broadcasting.
They kind of fizzled out, though. Remember when they first came out? It was all the rage, and now they're just kind of like nobody talks about them anymore.
Well, the price of them.
Yep. Up to $1,000.
What are we talking about now? The price of what?
Oh boy.
Wristwatch.
Okay, so
Well, no,
let's start the show. I will give you the heads up. But first off, we need to introduce the hype man himself, the wonder from down under, the sexiest Gemini south of the equator. Give it up for Tom Moon Bird.
What is to be done, said Vladimir Ilyich Lenin in 1917. Impeachment begins. 25th Amendment, yes. Criminal charges. Mourn the 5 dead, yes. Make Washington a new state, yes. National Guard, yes. Charge provocateurs, yes. Accessories, enablers, Cruz, Paxton, and Alex Jones, yes. Social media, track hate speech and violence, boot them off the net, yes. Prosecute leaders before you are forgetting that history repeats us. Our history illumined by tiki torches, by the burning crosses of the Ku Klux Klan, by the bombing of black churches, by the lynching and the gun, first against Native Americans, then against slaves and Mexicans, now universally applied by our white media terrorists. Stoked by fears applied by our talkback radio, resurgence of right-wing revives radicalism. It was with us from the beginning. White supremacy, manifest destiny, Second Amendment more than the first. Our desire for strong leaders, military powers applied in this world through exported terrorism, now rising in flames and fury inside our only Capitol building. It lives in those who will not listen to this, who will not learn from this, that violence and mob rule kills everyone it touches. Count the bodies from all our foreign wars, invasions, incursions. Now add 5 new names from this domestic insurrection. Selfies inside the Capitol building, not realizing they cross the line from tourist to terrorist. pipe bombs hidden, long rifles carried, and all our mini-me's in Texas standing outside our Texas state capitol in military fatigues, armed to the teeth. Tell me, was it a coup? How do you spell insurrection? While this was happening, Birdman and I were sharing poetry at Corroboree. It was a gentle round robin laughing at peaceful possibilities. We were also vigilant, aware of the chaos unfolding inside the Capitol. For the citadel of democracy had been breached. Broken hopes, broken trust, and broken windows. Bearded, pot-bellied, white, angry men and women moved through the offices and chambers, waved, oh guards. Hello, Rome and the fall of the Republic to mobs. Hello, 1812 overture, British burning the old Capitol. All live from the insurrection, chaos, anarchy, white terrorism, QAnon, a coup for Facebook and Twitter. Everybody was taking photographs, selfies. Thank you, social media. Now we know who to blame. Imitating the Fourth Estate, overthrowing the First Estate, 4 deaths, many injured, French Revolution redux, Facebook, Twitter, where's your responsibility, accountability, transparency? Tell me, where is the poetry? Where is the poetry? Here is the poetry.
All right, give it up for Tom Moonbird. He's still groovy even without the Airport Boulevard experience. Okay, so just to let you know, like I said, there's a few people here in the coffee shop. If you want to come up here, do some interpretive dance about how much you love your job or hate your job. Do you want to come up here and sing that song you wrote? Night, folks. Have a good night. Stay warm.
We had for those of you at home, we had a member of the Texas State Law Enforcement here enjoying a cup of coffee, and
yeah, we had a state trooper in here.
Oh, they got the pulse.
Yeah, but they're leaving.
And could you tell I wasn't holding back? I was not. I didn't cuss though.
I think they obviously came in just for a cup.
He would have minded. Though.
I think they just came in for a cup of coffee and then they sat down and watched the show for a while, but they gotta go.
Yeah.
They seem chill.
Yeah.
But see, sometimes
Lucky.
I love it when people come in. They just kind of like want to rest their dogs, have a cup of coffee, and then they see what we're doing, and they're like, "Well, I got a poem on my phone." I'm like, "Get up here!" Man, over the years we've done stuff like that. We've had people go, "Well, I want to sing this song, but I don't have the karaoke file," and Ernie will just pull it up and turn around the computer, and dun dun, it's right
Voila.
there. So lost in thought. But like I was gonna say, if you wanna come up here and show us your talent, come over to Lost in Thought. Don't let the shoes fool you. He's actually a pretty cool guy.
Thank you.
He's got holes in his trousers.
I'm gonna obsess on those shoes until you stop wearing them. Seriously. Look. I don't know if you can see them from home. Look at that.
Yeah, I thought they was boots.
No, they're not boots.
They're loafers.
They're
look
loafers.
like they belong with a leisure suit.
Yeah.
I
think my dad actually did wear those in the 70s.
I never did play that game.
What?
Leisure Suit Larry.
I didn't say Larry.
No, but you said Leisure Suit. Good.
Meow.
Leisure
Okay.
Suit Larry. That was the game, right?
Okay, I'm gonna go like this on you. Okay, stop.
I think Ed Stewart made it.
I know it is. Okay, so Lost in Thought. Who is coming up next to the virtual spoken and heard stage?
Well, coming up next, is it a plane? No. Is the bird? Well, sort of. Coming up next, we have Birdman 313.
Yeah. Come on, man. Bye. Blah.
I'm gonna go ahead and read 2 poems. You know what? I'm gonna read that one second. I'm gonna read this one first, which is real short, and it's called Softness of the Wind. The softness of the wind comforts the mind and soul. It penetrates a stubborn heart. The flow of the wind settles as the body releases a spontaneous shiver. Accept the essence of the softness of the wind. Learn to appreciate its motion and work. And my second poem, this one here, which Tom and Reginald know I'm going to read.
Yep.
Actually, March 25th, 2019, I actually met this poet at his 100th birthday in San Francisco at City Lights. They was having this celebration, and it was 2 weeks after my birthday. And we actually were supposed to be going there during my birthday week, but I had been sick, so we put it off. And then Diana, she said, well, you know, the next following week, the tickets are cheaper. That was the plane tickets that I'm talking about. So we went during that time, and this poem actually speaks for itself. And the poet name is Lawrence Ferlinghetti. I have a hard time pronouncing his last name. Anyway, it's titled Pity the Nation. Pity the nation whose people are sheep and whose shepherds misled them. Pity the nation whose leaders are liars, whose sages are silenced, and whose bigots haunt the airways. Pity the nation that raises not its voice, except to praise conquerors and acclaim the bully as hero, and aims to rule the world by force and by torture. Pity the nation that knows no other language but its own, and no other culture but its own. Pity the nation whose breath is money, and sleep the sleep of the too well fed. Pity the nation, oh pity the people who allowed their rights to erode and their freedoms to be washed away. My country, tears of thee, sweet land of liberty. And he wrote this poem back in 2007. And he's still alive, too.
Sure
There
is.
you go. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Birdman 313. Woo! I swear, I'm totally my green tea. I'm just full of happy chemicals right now.
You are buzzed.
Yes, it's green tea though. I see. I couldn't get away with anything else
It's
because the trooper was here.
Did you know
I
there was
need
a
some of
song-
that green
It
tea.
was like hide the stash, the green tea that is.
Did you know there was a song by Vanessa Williams called Happiness? Happiness. Something I wish. to
Okay,
be.
right there,
Yep.
right there. You just reminded me of the King of the Hill episode where Peggy Hill had to learn how to say penis without being uncomfortable. She was going happiness, penis, 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 vagina, and then oh god, that was hysterical. I haven't watched King of the
Biology
Hill in
lesson.
a long time. Okay, so
Yeah, but it makes me wonder though, like when the trooper was here, do they feel like they're putting a damper on the party just because they're here? You know, like you know what I mean? Like he's just here enjoying a cup of coffee, and then I wonder if he gets that feeling like, oh, they're kind of holding back because I'm here.
oh, I honestly, other than the cuss words, I really didn't hold back. I was just as stupid as I always am.
I was kind of just looking to see who was online because I hadn't mentioned that he was here, and I didn't want somebody to go into some drug kind of related thing or not that it wouldn't matter. I mean, what can you do?
Or like if Danimal was online and he had some refreshments with him.
Yeah.
It's like, oops.
But he stays off camera when he does that.
But
It's like
does?
again, it's just all like I don't think anything. He would probably got a kick out of it,
Probably.
Honestly, when I was doing my spiel, I could see him grinning back there. So we were doing something right.
Yes.
So okay, so
Yeah.
lost in thought. Who is? Oh wait. No, you did tell me who's coming up next.
I did, yes.
Okay, I gotta say first off, Reggie, did you guys get snow today?
No.
We did.
No.
Okay, wait, hold on. Ha 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 ha. I'm just kidding.
No, we got snow Thursday, but it was real light dusting, and then it just melted.
Yeah.
That's usually us. It usually snows at night, gone the next day. So today was a real treat.
I had a friend from Buffalo, New York, tell me that Austin was beating them as far as snow goes. He said it was cold, but there was no snow.
Yeah.
It's like
Wow.
I said something's up when Austin, Texas has more snow than Buffalo, New
Than
York.
Buffalo, New York. Okay.
Definitely.
Oh, go ahead. Okay, so coming up next to the virtual spoken and heard stage, live via Greensboro, North Carolina, we have Reggie Goodwin.
Yay.
Okay, I'm going to do this piece, and all the pieces I'm going to do tonight relate to what happened this past Wednesday. So I apologize if it offends anybody. This first piece is called Coup, C-O-U-P, Klutz, K-L-U-T-Z, Klan.
All right.
And that's an actual article by the Times of India. That's the title. Stop saying we're better than this. U.S. foreign policy is a litany of coup attempts when we don't like the government their citizens are voting for. To quote Elon Musk, we coup who we want. Stop saying this never happened here. In 1898, proto-fascists stormed the Wilmington, North Carolina Capitol because blacks were elected to a fusion government, killing 60 citizens, destroyed the black newspaper, overthrew the government in the only successful coup d'etat on American soil. Their descendants hung a noose in Greensboro at the Joint School of Nanoscience and Nanoengineering in 2017. And on his firing at the exit interview, he excused himself, saying, "It was just a joke." Take this insurrection supported by some Republicans, conservatives, evangelicals, and white supremacists seriously. White men in boardrooms sent their jobs to China, and they're blaming minorities. Stop saying this is the accumulation of 4 years of a proto-fascist shock. Think 400 years since 2019. White supremacy has been American philosophy since the Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock. So do we not call this a white seditious mob? Do we not call these people terrorists? Where is the tear gas? Why are cops only trigger happy and baton wielding with black people and supporters of actual justice? I quoted Daniel Moody Mills on Twitter, the pundit in 2016, calling the situation before we got to Wednesday's attempted sedition that the election of a blatant fascist was the last stand of white supremacy, its last gasp. We spent 4 years pussyfooting around the pussy grabber, who has all but confirmed that he's a fascist. 81% of white evangelicals threw Jesus down a laundry chute and voted for this. What was Dumbo Gambino going to do with the smoldering ruin of the republic if this Keystone Cop attempted coup worked? There would be travel bans to both American continents. Jair Bolsonaro burning down the Amazon makes Brazil extremely unpopular. Proud Boys and neo-Nazis breached the Capitol, a first since the War of 1812 by the British in 1814. But don't worry, the Capitol Police hurriedly deployed flash bombs, mace, billy clubs, water cannons, riot tanks, percussion grenades. Oh, excuse me. That's for Black Lives Matter protests or clearing St. John's Church and Lafayette Park for a bizarre sacrilegious photo op. But some did pause to pose for selfies as these seditious, treasonous bastards wreaked havoc in the people's house paid by our taxes. Putin and the GRU are clicking champagne glasses in the Kremlin. Their obtuse, orange-faced gremlin tweeted in December, "Come to the Capitol January 6th. It will be wild." At noon, he spoke to the rabid rabble, convincing them he would be marching with them. Did they forget about his convenient bone spurs excuses that got him out of Vietnam with 5 deferments? So after his performance, he retired to his current residence at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue to watch the fire he lit on television. because you can never say he's industrious. He's the laziest piece of shit in existence. His tweets sent from the toilet are prone in a sea of cheeseburger wrappers. It's why Melania stays with her parents in Barron in Maryland. It's why April Ryan reported a rat infestation at a press conference at the White House pre-pandemic. It's why the entire executive mansion will have to be fumigated, eliminating clouds of coronavirus, rat inspections by Orkin, and pass health inspection before Biden and Harris can start working in it. Someone said you couldn't fight what you refuse to name. I'm game. These people are ghouls, thugs, seditionists, un-American, domestic terrorists, en masse, Putin's puppets. Don't make the mistake of calling them patriots. Patriotic citizens don't try to overturn elections, kill women in the Capitol Rotunda, even though she was an insurrectionist, threaten elected representatives at gunpoint, or attempt to overthrow their government, storming state capitals across the nation. Blackburn, Cruz, Hawley, Hyde-Smith, Johnson, Kennedy, Scott, and 147 others are political stunting as stars for another reality show in 2024. They know Dumbo Gambino will be too busy in prison for. These people aren't running for president. They want to lead this psychotic faction. These people aren't Republicans, they're fascists. If Mike Pence and what's left of his former party wants an electoral future, invoke the 25th Amendment, remove this cancer from our republic, and prosecute as enablers, and the brown shirts they manipulated for seditious treason, not because you feel like it. But if we are going to be a nation of laws and not of men, so quoted from President John Adams, I, as a citizen, am adamant, then do what the Constitution demands. A self-pardon is selfish and would be legally challenged. We have a constitutional government, not a parliament. We have a president, not a king. The rule of law, not a monarchy. Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley, and others should reread our founding documents. Their careers, ambitions, and former party are finished. Impeachment or 25th Amendment are our only viable remedies. History will remember the courageous and the cowardly who stood up for democracy or enable complicity in this dark moment. Remove him now.
Yeah.
Take a picture of this.
All right, the man to never mince words. Give it up for Reggie Goodwin. Ow!
Oh,
Wow.
Hashtag Goodwin 2024. I'm still hoping.
Did I just
I'm
lose
still
him?
hoping. Uh-oh, what?
No, I'm
you
here.
lost the pictures
I'm
though.
losing everybody's video.
Whoa.
Don't worry, we can see ourselves as
I
five
can
of
see
us.
me.
Yeah, I can see you. I can see Breezy. I can see Rayla.
I can see clearly now. The rain has gone.
Oh, okay. Somebody made a special. You guys are all sitting in the stairs.
It's
Yeah.
nice.
What?
We're
Well, you can't
positioning.
see that
We're-
yet.
I thought you did that.
We can't see that over here. That's why I lost everyone's video.
Well, it looks great. Whoever, thank you.
You know when Reggie, that especially that poem.
Who's doing that?
Breezy
Oh.
did. Breezy.
Oh, okay.
She's smart.
Okay, hold on. Let me bring her in, and maybe I'll. No, I don't have her there.
She's there. She's
No,
smiling.
I see
Great.
her, but I
And
can't.
Rayla's got.
Yeah, we don't see her either.
I can't pull her. There it is. I found it.
She looks
Okay, Lost and Dot, were
fantastic.
you gonna say something?
Yes, Reggie, especially with the poem, it did make me think of something I posted on Facebook,
Uh-oh.
and I'm not sure if you're familiar with this YouTube personality named Betty Bowers.
Oh
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
who she
Yes,
is.
yes.
Oh, she's awesome.
Yes, but I saw this video of it was like things that Republicans are going to pretend to care about again, and one of them is swear words, and
Yep.
like Trump, she showed clips of Trump using words like fuck, and of course his favorite vaginal word, and but she'll say watch if Biden never swears, watch Republicans suddenly clutch their pearls, as if they care again.
Oh no! Did he say ass? Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, now you can see what they're doing.
Oh
it's like they're all sitting in
in a parliament, in the Congress.
Parliament, but like made of stone.
Yeah.
We could actually get some things done.
Yeah.
Honestly, if the Senate was made up of poets, good God, what would happen to it? We would.
Climate talked in about a year.
Are you kidding? In about half a year.
Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit on that one.
Let me see. Oh, you just zoomed in on Breezy.
Yeah, that's good.
Extreme close up. Whoa!
Oh no!
Whoa.
Yeah.
He took it back to the 90s again.
You know, I watched that movie Contact with Jodie Foster.
Yes.
I hadn't seen it in like forever, right? And I thought, let me watch that movie. A lot of people give it a hard time because they were expecting it to be full of aliens and stuff, because I think around the same time Independence Day was out and all this stuff, and this movie was more about the idea of first contact with people, and not so much the actual aliens, and about faith and about beliefs and all this other stuff, whatever. Mm-hmm. But when she finally goes through these wormholes and it would stop like just outside of Vega, and she could see it right there before her eyes, and she was just like, she wanted to say something. She goes, no words. It's too beautiful. They should have sent a poet, not a scientist, to describe what she was seeing.
I remember that scene.
Yeah, they should have sent a poet. And
yes.
But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, I thought of all you guys.
That's us.
Can you imagine all these guys going up in that thing and going to outer space? I don't know if we let Lost in Thought go though.
No.
You can watch
One of my favorite
it
scenes from Contact was when Angela Bassett, one of my favorite actors, was talking about the snowy reception. And it was like, it's not the snowy reception that I found interesting. What I found interesting was that there was exactly 40 hours of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Let me say that again because he was interested in the fact that they just recorded static, and she goes, the fact that it just recorded static wasn't what concerns me. It's the fact that they recorded 8.5 hours of static. Yeah. And they were like, that is interesting, isn't it? Because he was trying to sweep it under the rug, but why did it record 8 hours of static if she really didn't go?
Yep.
So I thought it was a good movie.
It was.
And it has a lot of tech in it. I'm a tech guy.
It really made you think.
It did, yes.
It wasn't just one of those flash bang, everything happening, like Independence Day. It made you think.
Yes, it did.
Okay, Lost in Thought. Who is coming up next?
Who is indeed coming up next? Well, I know this person coming up next. I'll ask if she's ready.
Is she still there?
I'm sure she is. I'll do my Rayla. Are you there?
Rayla.
Well,
Yes, I am. I'm here.
okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I thought
Gotcha,
he's
good.
doing the Ouija board thing. Rayla,
Yes.
are you there? Okay, so
Awesome.
go ahead and introduce the woman.
So, coming up next. Well, what can I say? Of course, one of my favorite peeps. Coming up next, we have Rayla.
Okay. Huh, jazzy. Like it.
Yeah, turn your camera on. We miss you in Congress.
I have my camera on, but there, I turned it on again. Okay.
You're
That
I
worked.
got you now.
There you are.
Okay. The connections made this week have already gone stale. Like time dried out their potential, or my words got chewed up and politely spit back in their napkin, a friend they wish they hadn't ordered. It's when the sentences get shorter and the time between them longer that the assumptions come slinking in, melting a heart of gold down to its fool's form. I'm not in the business of burning witches at the stake, of holding people hostage to state their true form. I merely wait for that spark of connection to ignite between us, smiling through the doubt, pushing down the hope as the flames lit higher, and praying I don't return to a heap of ashes, the remnants of text messages unanswered or fallen flat. Where is this adult friendship people speak of? Because it sounds to me like we've learned to hide too well. We tuck our magic inside ourselves, leash the inner child like our familiar despite its friendly gaze, despite its open, hopeful weirdness eager to find a playmate. We've muzzled the mouth that sends out our passionate eccentricities, the mating call for bibliophiles exchanging ideas like foreplay latent. How do you find these people? Delved into my hobbies, my reading, my tear porn, that collection of videos that makes you ugly cry at the beauty in this world when you need a good cry, but can't find the courage to cry at the heap of contacts in your phone who never answered when you told them who you were. I've delved into all of those things that make me me, that follow the cliche script to be myself, hoping to find these people I don't want to live without. And don't get me wrong, I found a few that didn't let me burn, that saw me as I saw them, and untied me from that post and gave me a place to call home. I know that the dozens don't work out, that I have them, because with them, I don't have to worry that awkwardness will settle in, or that I'll scare them away with all my endless talking, worry that I'll burn at their stake or they'll burn at mine. Because we're past all that. And it's not even about that. It's about how every time I extend my hand, ready to give and to receive, ready to take someone else's hand in the hopes that they'll take mine, that I hesitate. Because even after so many connections, even at 31 years old, when my hand is left empty, I stand there like a child, like the last one picked for kickball, or the one sitting alone at lunch, still confusing their rejection with how much I am worth.
Mm.
Very relatable piece. Yes.
I don't even like to bring up how I was always picked last for teams. I was a little weenie kid. I wasn't always this strong looking. I was like 90 pounds in 6th grade. So
Well, especially in Austin. Well, I actually found some in Rochester too. Unfortunately, you run across a lot of flakes.
flakes.
What? Meaning that people that you reach out to, and that they never really respond back.
Oh, yeah.
I was always picked last for kickball and stuff too.
Really?
I was like a little scrawny little 4-pound weakling.
4 pounds?
Well, maybe a little.
I don't feel bad. When it came to basketball, I was always picked last. But when it came to baseball, I was always picked first.
They used me as the ball.
Yeah, but I got made up for it in high school because I had the rock band, so everybody would come to my place on the weekends to party.
Yeah.
When I
Yeah,
was
he was still 90 pounds soaking wet, but he was holding an electric guitar, so automatic cool right there.
Yeah, that was instant cool. He's in a rock band.
when I was in high school, though, people would come up to me sometimes and say, "Why don't you go for basketball?" Because I was tall, apparently.
You were?
Yeah.
Is he tall?
He shrank.
Not really. I mean, if you compare
Back then
him
he
next
was.
to an actual NBA player, no, he's not tall.
You're not short.
No.
You're not tall, but you're not short.
Actually, like if you look at like NFL quarterbacks and stuff compared to the other football players,
Oh,
they
God.
don't look as big. But if you was to see an NFL quarterback in person, you'd be like, holy shit, guy's huge.
Bye.
Good night.
Yeah.
Come back.
There was this one time I was attending a convention in San Antonio, and I was in a hotel room, and I went across the street from an HEB, and I was like, oh, okay, well, pick up a couple of microwave meals to warm up in my hotel room. I was really kind of broke, didn't even have money for Burger King, but anyway, I went over there. I was in line, and you could just tell I did not ask because I was just so intimidated. I was in line with like about 3 San Antonio Spurs. I'm serious. I mean, here's little midgy me, and I was like this.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Yeah, it's one thing when you play sports with your buddies and stuff, but then when you see the professionals, it's okay.
Yeah, you're just,
Those guys are.
But hey, y'all want to hear something? When I went out in LA to play in the Summer Pro League, I played forward and center mostly in college. When I got out there, they moved me to point guard. Then I talked to a scout from over in Europe, and you know what he told me? He said I was too small to come over in Europe. I'm like, I'm 6'4" and a half. We looking for 6'8". You just a little bit too short. And I'm like, wow. That's the first time somebody ever called me short.
Hey, what is that? What
Yeah,
is that one?
kind of, you know, brings some reality into perspective. They're like, whoa,
I'm 6'4" and I'm short.
those guys are tall, man.
Who's that one NBA player? He was in oh god, that Magic Johnson movie with Bugs Bunny, Space Jam. The
Michael Jordan.
Not Michael Jordan.
Patrick Ewing.
Larry Bird.
The one NBA player that was actually shorter than the rest.
Spud Webb.
Oh,
Muggsy Bogues.
I was thinking the tallest one.
I was thinking of Starks from New York.
Was it Muggsy or was it Spud?
I don't know. I heard.
Well, it might be. It's either Muggsy or Spud. It's one of the two.
Yeah, he's like my height.
5'8". Well, no, 5'6".
Yeah, rough. Yeah, that's my height.
What was that guy from New York? His name was Starks, right? John Starks or
John Stark.
Stark.
Yeah, John
And
Stark.
man, I used to hate him because, you know, of course because I'm rooting for the Bulls, and he was short, but he was good.
Okay.
He was good. And
John Starks is 6'4". He's same height as me.
yeah, but compared to everybody else, he looks short.
Exactly.
Compared to Michael Jordan and Pippen and all those guys.
And wait, Birdman, wasn't John Stark the last guy to wear short shorts?
Now that's a good question
I
there.
think he was because everybody else started wearing those long knee-length basketball shorts.
We might have
That
to go
was
to the phone
the
lines.
Bulls is the one that started that.
Yeah, Michael Jordan was the one.
And
Yeah, they
was still,
started
and
that.
John Stark was still wearing those Daisy Duke.
Short.
Yeah, the 80s one.
Yeah.
I remember when those long shorts came out, and I didn't like them. I said, "What is that?" You know. Now I look back, it's like, God, why would they wear those short ones? You know?
I know now the short ones look weird.
Have you ever seen a picture of me when I was in college?
Yeah, I think you showed
Yeah,
that to
I think
us.
we've seen a couple.
Yeah, no, we had them short. My sons, they laugh at me. They were like, "Ooh, you got some pretty legs, Dad." I'm like, "Hey, man,
Did you
y'all
have
be
the
cool with
Did you have
that."
the tube socks also? Did you have the tube socks halfway up your calf too?
Yeah. But you know what? You know what to do. You know what was up on the tube socks? You take one pair, you pull it you cut the toe out, you pull it all the way up to your calf, and then you put another sock on so it make it look like it was extra long.
Oh,
You know,
Like, where'd you get those socks, man?
You know, tube socks. Make me think
Yeah.
of tube.
That was the trick. It was 2 pairs of socks. One just had the toe cut out, so you could pull it all the way up. Then you put on another pair.
All righty. So
But you know, tube socks make me think of tube tops,
Okay.
which made me
okay.
think of like when I was at this drive-in.
Who's next?
There were these people, there were these teenagers. They all look like extras from like they all get bumped off by Jason.
We got
All
Breezy
right,
and
so
we got
coming up next to the Spoken and Heard stage, we actually have somebody in-house.
We do.
Yes,
Yes.
we do. Coming up next to the Spoken and Heard stage, we have Chris Salazar.
So I just finished reading Harry Potter in the past 2 weeks, like literally the first book to the 7th book. And you know, most people will read the book first and then go on to the movies. Well, I was kind of in reverse. And one thing I noticed about I really don't recommend doing that because it almost gets boring at times when you know what you're expecting, and you have J.K. Rowling, who's the author, breaking down every little detail that's going on in the scene. So it's almost like watching a slow motion Harry Potter movie that you have to play out in your head. So, like, for example, you have in the battle scene of the bad guy versus the good guy. In the movie, you see them with their wands up pointing at each other with some flash of light going towards each other, and you're looking at all the action and stuff. In the book, you have to read about it. In the book, you have to... So then Harry raised his wand, pointed it at Voldemort while handing one foot in front of the other, looking around with one drop going down his eyebrow, and Voldemort staring at him with his red eyes. And in reality, they're still just standing in front of each other, pointing their wands as you're reading 5 minutes into the scene. And then he stepped 1 foot left because to throw the curse, he has to aim at a certain angle. So he steps 1 foot in and 1 foot out, and then he steps the left foot in, and then he shakes it all about, and he does the hokey pokey, and he does the one about, and that's what it's all about, you know? It's a weird thing. And then you have Voldemort on the other side coming at you, and it's, man, so you're there, and you're like, you just want to say, shut the fuck up, JK, and get to the fucking scene already. And at that point, I just stop reading the book and turn the movie on, and then stop it and then go back to the book after the fighting scene. So if y'all, I really don't recommend the next time if y'all ever do that. Read the book first and then watch the movie. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Chris Salazar. Woo!
There are some movies that I've seen where I've read the book first and I saw the movie, and there was not much comparison because they were both great. But I remember like reading Where the Red Fern Grows in high school, and then seeing the movie. None of us liked the book, but we all hated the movie more because of how much. What?
I'm listening to you.
Okay, because
She's just looking at you.
I'm listening. I'm trying to listen to you
Sorry.
because 9 times out of 10 I can't understand what you're saying. I can't read your lips, so
yeah, no, because
I'm
of the
listening intently.
All the differences.
Okay.
I actually read
You made it.
years and years ago. I was still in high school. I read the Star Wars book, right? And I had no idea what it was about when I got it. And it was about Han Solo and how it was him when he was younger, and how he had this girlfriend, his first true love, you know, and how he lost her and all this. And it's basically the movie Solo.
Yeah.
It's about that came out recently, but I read that back in the 80s, you know. And I never finished it, but it was like, wait a minute, I never knew that about Han Solo, you know. And I would tell friends, no, he had a girlfriend and he loved her, and they were both kind of smugglers or something. But then, you know, they got pulled apart, and you know, whatever. And also the Wizard of Oz too. I read that book.
Wow, you actually read Wizard of Oz?
And there's a lot of scenes that are in the movie.
Yeah.
Um,
I've heard that.
Yeah, there's this one scene where they're trying to get over this hill, and there's these I don't know if they were clowns or what they were, and their heads would bounce out of their heads with like spring and boot them off. The scarecrow went up, and it booted them off the hill. You know, were they sunflowers?
And
Okay, and then there was another scene where they were in a boat, and they were trying to steer the boat with these sticks, and the scarecrow got stuck on one of those sticks and stayed on the river, and they couldn't turn around because the current was taking them, and they just left them there hanging on the
Stick.
stick. Yeah,
shit.
and
Okay, that's morbid.
well, I think they went back and got him, or he got help. I don't know what happened, but again, there was just different scenes that were in the movie. And sometimes, not always is the book better, but a lot of times the books are better than the actual movie. It takes longer sometimes to read them, yeah. But like he's saying, if you saw the movie first and then read the book, I can see how it would be in slow motion. It's like, come on, you already know what's going to happen.
I can tell you, Chris, where totally relatable when you were talking about comparing between the book to the movie, the person who takes like about 10 pages to describe one scene, Anne Rice. Oh my God, wordy. Okay, and I like reading, and I'm kind of like, get to the point. Okay, but yeah, it's like I saw the movie, and I read Interview the Vampire in high school or something, so that was cool. But then after you see the movie and you go back to the book, it's like, this is boring. Just like, yeah. So yeah,
Yeah, so it's probably always better to read the book first.
which I did on Anne Rice, but I mean, it's explained more succinctly in the movie.
Yeah.
It's like, got bit. All right, cool. All right, okay.
F. Frank Baum wrote a whole lot of Wizard of Oz books, and when I asked my friend, did he read them all? There were 23 of them, and he said yes. And do you know why the Wizard of Oz is picked for the movie? Is because the whole point of the books was to show the initiation of Dorothy, you know, as she took the yellow brick road, and that she made in life. It was sort of like a mystical journey. So it certainly flavored the color of the book after that.
Didn't somebody once say, and this is my last point, and I do apologize, we keep going on. Didn't somebody once say that the Wizard of Oz had something to do with like the gold trade or something? It was like political or money or economical. I feel like I heard that once, but
I don't know.
something about, you know, like gold, silver,
I can see that.
oil, you know, talking about like there was meaning behind everything they did, you know, like the yellow brick road would have been about the gold. I don't know. I can't remember it
I
right
got to
now.
reorder that. They have it on Vudu now in HD. I got to get it just for the sake of having it. Yeah, I've seen it a million times, but
And then put it to Pink Floyd.
But I have that already, but no, they've restored it, you know, so it's going to be cleaner than ever. You know, I've never seen that yet, and now especially with
4K.
You know, well, it's not in 4K. Well, I don't think it's in 4K, but you know, with today's television technology and stuff, and you know, I think it'd be something to watch again. Because even on regular television, that movie was like brilliantly colorful. You know,
that was the first Technicolor movie, I think.
And they were really smart to start it off in black and white, and then when she gets to Oz. She opens the door and everything's in color. That was like, whoa, that was, you can't do that anymore. I mean, when you can, but it's not going to have this. It's been done. They were the first to do it.
Okay, lost in thought. Who is coming up next?
So, question: why do I have this verse stuck in my head? Baby, come back.
All right, lost in thought. Like I was just asking you, who's coming up next?
But I want
before you incite another choir of crickets. I mean, I know what song you're talking about. I'm just kind of like wondering what it pertained to.
That's by Player, isn't it?
Yes, it's. I was just trying to figure out how it pertained to our Wizard of Oz discussion.
It doesn't.
Okay, continue.
So, coming up next.
I'm being nice.
Coming up next to the virtual stage.
The virtual stage.
Yes,
all
the
right.
virtual stage. Her words are lovely, luscious, and full of power. Breezing on up next. Let's give it up for Breezy Love.
Hey, Breezy.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me good?
We see you. Hey,
Hey, I got a new one. Just something I was kind of playing around with today. And no title to this one. But go like this. 2021 beckons me to be ready for a new wave. It warns me to keep eyes open and scolds me if I decide to mess up the plan. I still have to wear this mask, and I just want to run fast and zip line to see all my missed friends and family. That's all I ask. We want more. We want to do more living. We want living to be not a dreadful task. 2021, let's make a deal. I'll use all the self-love that I've gained and extended, and I will show it to all the new lovers. The healthy regimen I've experimented on, I'll use on others. I'll feed their souls with all the lessons that I've learned in solitude. I'll share my gifts, endless paintings, poems, and things that I transform. I would give it all a voice. I will show you all the things that I learned and all the things I failed at. But I do promise to do all of these things. I will do all the tasks. I promise. If you would just give me back all the stolen time. And just one more thing. If you can just please help us to reduce these masks and ashes to ashes, the hopeful things that 2020.
Yeah.
All right. Gonna
Well,
switch back up a little bit and I'll
okay.
do a quick short one. And this one is called Drenched in Ecstasy. A shade of pond open wide for a grand view, with raindrop layers to uncover and cleanse what's been overdue. Lights on or off, click, click. We drink the lover lust juice. Please do trust with each touch, it is essential. The moonlit grace with reflections in these eyes, powering your hands and rising my warm and quivering thighs. Lights on or off, flick, flicker. Drenched in ecstasy, the lust is uncovering and converting into surreal fantasy. Reality sinks in, can you feel my high? High influence, I will grip your vibe. Your vibe sends me deep, deeply in between moans and glides, the volcanic flow, combustions of lava slides, flowing down, slow down and low, a hot stream. Could have never dreamed of this fucking dream. Drape these sheets, lights on, lights off. Want to push back with dreams for more of you. Into the bottle is all down. So one more sip, and I've drank all of you. Yet our time is up, and I feel crazy. So I still stay sane with the drenched ecstasy of thirsting for you. Drenched in ecstasy. Thank you.
Hey.
All right, give it up for Breezy Love. Ow!
Breezy love.
Woot woot.
Echo. Okay, Ernie, give me a little effect. I wanna do her name really groovy. All right, give it up for Breezy Love. Ah,
I had to turn down a little bit.
I know that wasn't
I'm
enough.
dealing with a lot of stuff over here.
Sigh. I'm sorry, Breezy. I wanted to do something special, but Ernie B, aka Killjoy.
She liked it.
I'm kidding. I'm messing with Ernie B.
She gave you a thumbs up.
Good deal. All right.
Wasn't there a horror
loves it.
franchise named Killjoy?
I have no idea. Okay.
Hey,
lost-
Breezy, can you say something real quick? Just like hello? Okay. I just want to make sure I still had your audio. Like I said, it's complicated.
Okay. No. Again, and if you've come here to perform, hashtag support Kickbutt, buy a cookie, buy a coffee, do what I do and get a ginormous hot green tea to warm yourself up from being outside. So good.
Or hot tamale.
Yeah, you can get a hot tamale, hot cocoa. Let me see. Jacob, where's the pirate Jacob? Have you ever made a hot tamale, hot cocoa? It's basically a regular hot cocoa, but with Baileys and Fireball shots, sort of. And if you want to throw whipped cream on there and be like,
I may actually get that.
yeah, it'll warm you up, man. It's really good. I know you already showed it to me.
Breezy love.
I'm not senile yet.
Breezy love.
Yeah, we said.
Back in the day, you know how they used to send Saint Bernards and rescue dogs into the mountains to go look for the stranded skiers and stuff. They'd have those barrels underneath their necks
on their collar.
They used to have whiskey and stuff in there to warm the people up while they get help. You know, the dog would it warm the person up and they'd come back. The dog would come back and lead the people back to the.
Kind of reminds me of that Bugs Bunny cartoon when they got caught in a snowdrift, and then the dog comes running out, and he sits down, he cracks open the barrel, he makes a martini, complete with olive.
Yeah, that's a little extreme.
And he drinks it, and he goes.
Actually, in Looney Tunes.
I don't think they still do that. I think the dogs have other types of supplies, but that was a rescue technique back in the day.
But that does make actually think of the Looney Tunes. They did have that stereotypical Saint Bernard with a wooden barrel around its neck.
That's what I just said.
That's what I was talking about.
That's what we just talked about.
Really?
Yes.
Oh Lord. Hold on. Come here.
I was saying that they had whiskey or rum or something inside those barrels. Yeah. So when they found the person stuck in the snow, they could drink the liquor to help warm them up.
Yes.
Lane, you were lost in the Tesseract. Not just in Boston.
No, Reggie. He is lost in the Motara Nebula.
Reggie,
I knew Reggie would get that.
It's like,
I knew he would.
Reggie, what's Tesseract?
Tesseract is a 5-dimensional figure.
It's a what?
It's a 5-dimensional figure.
Okay.
It's actually a mathematical 5-dimensional figure.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be funny though if we found out Lawson Thought was actually a math whiz?
It would be funny, tragically funny.
He's a whiz, but I don't know about the math part.
He knows how to take a whiz, but I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. Okay, I apologize. I should have gone
Alrighty. So no. I'll go there every
Write
week.
my name in the snow.
I'm his big sister. I can get away with it. Okay.
Thank you, Breezy, for the virtual toast for 2021.
Yes. Salud.
Okay, but like I said, hashtag save Kickbutt. If you got any excess money, you're just burning a hole in your pocket like that 600 that we got from the government. That's gonna go for my new car. Damn it!
We should have gotten more.
I know.
We still might get some more.
I really hope so, because I'm tired of walking to work. I know it's only like 0.3 of a mile, but still, I miss my car.
My check's in the mail. I didn't get the direct deposit.
I did.
I just don't want the government having access to my account.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Exactly.
Oh, they already have it.
They already have access.
Well, I know, but I mean, I don't want to help them out.
You sound like my sister, man. She said the same thing. I'm like, how you think you've been getting all these checks all these years? They already have it.
I know, but the government has never deposited anything into my account. I get a check and then I deposit it. But I mean, I know if push came to shove, they could get any access to anything they want. Yeah. But like I said, I don't want to give them a head start.
That kind of reminds me of when I scan people's ID when they have to buy alcohol or cigarettes. They'll be like, "No, I don't want you guys to have all my information." And lickety split with a split second later, I said, "Sorry, DPS beat you to it."
Yeah.
And they
don't realize that Social Security number gave them everything.
Yeah.
I know.
I'm like, come on now. All we're getting is to make sure you're legal. Okay, so
baby, come back.
Ernie, do you have like a rubber band and a paper clip over there?
Rubber band man.
That kind of made that. I just finished watching I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, and that made me think of, hot damn, you as a secretary. Okay, I'm going to go on and bring up the next person before we go off on yet another tangent. We have him live in the studio. Give it up for Benny.
Hey, Benny.
He's making his way through the snow to get to the stage. Oh, no. Hold on.
Hey everyone, my name is Benny. I've been here many weeks. I may have exhausted songs to sing, so I'll sing two that are unfinished right now. You'll notice they are very short. I hope you enjoy them. This first one is actually about a farmer who was bitten by a snake and is sick of COVID. As bizarre as that sounds, that's what it's about. I was bitten by a rattler in my 22nd year. So I bought myself a tractor and it ran just like a deer. You know the year was 2020 and the days would pass so slow. I was down and out and home again with no place else to go. And at night I'd look up at the sky, still searching for a reason why. But the answers were so hard to find, no matter how I racked my mind. And on the days when the sun beat down, there was nothing to do in town. I was tired of the same old place. I was sick of that mask on my face. I was sick of it. I was sick of it. That's all for that one. Alright, this next one is even shorter. I'm not really sure what it's about, but I'll play it for you. Inside of my beat-up car, you say we're moving, but we ain't getting far. Outside of this run-down town, went for a ride with the windows down. You know that some days you can't miss, and other days you can't believe it's come to this. And there'll be long nights before the dawn, but wrong or right, you gotta keep on keeping on, believe me. Keep on keeping on, believe me. Alright, I'll play one more. This is a full song I've played before here. It's fitting for today because it is snowing here in Austin, which apparently hasn't happened in 3 years. I just moved here, but that's what my roommate told me. This is a nostalgic song about summertime. It's called Summertime State of Mind. When the cold wind whistles through the bare trees, it's hard to imagine that summer breeze. When a walk outside chills your bones straight through. But with the dark clouds covering the winter sun, it's no surprise that my mind runs back to the days when the skies were blue. And we were dancing to the beat of that summertime soundtrack, moving through the heat with the radio out and back, sitting on a porch swing, swaying in the breeze. It was summertime. I was just 18, looking for a good time. We were just two kids hanging like the clothes on the drying line, till we hit the road and left the world behind, in a summertime state of mind. And now I'm looking back on those long good days. Oh, they were simpler times. I found better ways. And when my mind opens a crack to let that light shine through, it's just like I'm going back to those days with you. When we were dancing to the beat of that summertime soundtrack, moving through the heat with the radio out and back, sitting on a porch swing, swaying in the breeze. It was summertime, and I was just 18, looking for a good time. We were just two kids hanging like the clothes on the drying line, till we hit the road and left the world behind, in a summertime state of mind. Hey, 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 it was a state of mind. Hey, hey, hey. Appreciate it. Am I good? One more? Sure, okay.
Sure. I mean, I know we got like a bunch of people that need to get up on stage still, you know. So
I'm proud.
no, go ahead, man.
Okay. This song's also unfinished. It's about hiking the Appalachian Trail, but I realize only 1 in 4 people who try to hike the Appalachian Trail make it. But it's a dream of mine to hike it someday. So this is a song about hiking the Appalachian Trail, and it's unfinished. It's called 2,000 Miles Between. 2,000 miles between, and it's more beauty than you've ever seen. And you say you've got the heart to make it all the way through, but then you're walking in the wind and the snow, and pretty soon you've hit a whole new low, and dark clouds feel like they're coming for you. That's when you tell yourself, I'm gonna climb up every mountain, I'm gonna walk for miles and miles, I'll take my drinks from nature's fountain, and I'll sing my songs to the wilds. That's what I'm gonna do, that's how it's gonna be. When I finally get through, you won't recognize me when I hike the AT. Appreciate it. All right, y'all.
Yeah.
Meow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Oh, wow. I love that. Give it up for Benny.
Benny.
Woo!
The Jets couldn't make it. They got stuck in the snow.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
They got tied up in the slush.
Will you stop doing that? You've been doing that like the last couple of weeks lately.
He thinks it's cool.
It is cold outside.
Oh, guys, check it out. I want to show you. I showed it to Jacob.
Oh, Jacob.
I actually got this for myself for Christmas. I don't know if you've seen the commercials where it's a mala. I don't know if you can see it, but it also could double as a weapon.
Oh yeah, Mommy told me that.
Yeah, and it's kind of heavy. Jacob said it feels like it's about 5 pounds.
It's like a chain, really, but
Yeah, it's got like the necklace is like metal on the inside, and it's pretty freaking heavy.
I would not want to be struck in the face with that.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. But I mean, I don't like to wear it around my neck because I have a very hairy neck. I'm borderline hirsute, and I don't want to be like every 5 minutes, ow,
That's why I never really wore like necklaces and stuff. I had one gold necklace when I was younger, and my hair would always get tangled in the back with it. Like,
yeah, mine does too. That's why I kind of wear these little shot bead dog tag type necklaces. My hair doesn't get caught in these.
Somebody stole that necklace from my room. One of my friends. I think I know who did it, but I can't prove it.
Ooh.
You know that.
Call him out. Call him out. Come on, Ernie B.
Okay, Red. I know it was you. No, I'm just kidding.
You know that reminds me. There was a gay porn site full of pictures of hairy naked men.
Of course,
it was called Hersuit Pursuit.
Pursuit. Okay, that's actually
That's funny.
What?
That was funny. Pursuit.
See, look, oh my God, somebody actually liked one of your jokes.
Because it's clever.
See, now I want to kind of go like George on Seinfeld, leave them laughing. Thank you. Good night. Okay. So who is coming? Okay, wait. Are we rotating the list now? We are now rotating the list to start it over. And wow, Jacob, I haven't seen the top of your head in a long time.
I know.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. You've got a very nice top of the head.
Yes.
All right.
Top of the head to you.
Oh, Jesus. I was
speaking of gay porn.
I was really seriously hoping nobody would go there, but somebody did.
They went there.
Okay, so coming up next to the virtual spoken and heard stage, the hype man himself. Give it up for Tom Moonbird.
Yay.
Here we go. So snowy siesta Sunday, January 20th, Austin, 2021. Three times in 28 years, snow white covered Little Austin. I recall Mopac being blocked by confused drivers who did not know what this white stuff was falling from the heavens, and that Porsche driver who fell off the ramp to his expensive death, swerving on the slippery slopes to his. Today is like living in an English Christmas card. Snow has been falling for 6 hours now, and a few cars in South Austin Sunday slowly plow past. Outdoor events are a rare history. Indoors, like Kickbutt, we stare at this falling white supremacy and welcome the rising of the leaves of grass with a feeling for tomorrow, projecting trust, joy, and confidence despite post-truth politics, emotional recession, pandemic unemployment. Adaptation assists us in evolution, in venues, bars and restaurants, in distance learning and homeschooling. Of course, all familiars have now changed. Of course, there will never be a return to normal. Days of huge concerts and gatherings are in indefinite abeyance. Time for the small to resurrect again. Handheld, homemade, village level. Time for permaculture, organic farms. Luddites rejoice. Days of huge factory farms become home gardens. You are responsible for your future. Masked, socially distanced, hand sanitized, ready and willing to engage the future. Let's rock!
All right, give it up for Tom Moonbird.
Yes.
Ow! Okay, lost in thought. Who is coming up next?
You know what my favorite movies was?
What?
Your fear of movies?
No, one of my favorite movies. The
Favorite
Bird.
movie.
I thought he said fear of movies too, and he's
No.
right next to me.
One of my favorite movies, The Birds.
The Birds.
You know what I also really liked? There was this over-the-top bad movie called Birdemic. Anyway, here's Birdman 313.
Oh, sorry, Birdman.
No, it's,
Oh, yeah, I caught that.
Birdman.
that intro was so lame. You don't have to read if you don't want to.
Yeah, Birdman, I'm really sorry for that intro. Sorry.
That's all right. That's all right. Okay, I'm gonna read a poem from one of my books. It's titled "A Midnight Beast." Whoa, hold up. Oh, there it is. How can you kill a man who never sleeps? Look deep into his eyes. Terrorizing the neighborhood, waiting and praying for the sun to rise again so that everything will be normal. Some say it's a disease of the mind. Others will say it's the bite from the beast. Revenge seems to be the motivating source. How much longer will the beast overtake the soul? How much longer will the full moon fuel his anger? How much longer will the hunt for peace exist? Are you really man by day and beast at night? Will a silver bullet put this to rest? Terrified when night comes and clouds roam to reveal the moon, will you ever see peace again on earth?
Yeah.
And the next one. Oh shit. Okay.
That was a really short piece, Birdman.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't want to read too like a poem. That's all right. This next one is a short one. It's titled Sunset. The sun is sinking in the west as heaven shows its beauty and peace. A voice of sweetness sings an evening song. The ocean sleeps beneath the sky and grips the shadow to its breast. The crescent sun shines dim as it settles in the far horizon, while the ocean sparkles from the darkness up above. The golden sky fades across the heaven. Peace is felt. Calmness is all around. Release your troubles to the heavens. Enjoy the sunset and waves. Tomorrow isn't promised.
Yeah. 2, 3.
All right. All right, give it up for Birdman 313.
You threw me off because usually you say Birdman 313. Thank you.
Yeah, he kind of does. He kind of outros himself most of the time.
Yeah, and he didn't do that, so it kind of threw me off.
Oh, just want to let you guys know, I played a little prank on Lost in Thought.
Good.
No, see, because we were standing off stage, and I went outside and got like a quarter-size snowball, and I dropped it behind the back of his shirt.
Most of the snow's melted already, but there's a little bit left in my truck out there.
I got some off the Kickbutt station wagon bumper. So, so thank you.
Literally.
It was nice and wet because I called him over like I was gonna tell him something and I just dropped it. He was like, ah! I'm like, you're welcome.
He didn't scream like that, did he?
Yes, he did.
Well, he actually did a quiet scream because somebody was reading. So
No, he screamed, but he mumbled it. He mumbled scream, so we couldn't understand it.
It was a mumble scream. Yeah, here he comes.
It was a mass socially distanced scream.
He's flipping me off.
Uh-oh, here he comes. Look out. He's charging to the stage.
Uh-oh.
Hair flowing in the wind.
Did you get it out?
Yes. I was going to say, yeah. Hot Tamale did just reinforce her position as big sister.
Oh, shit. He turned his shirt inside out.
I did, yes.
Oh, come on. It's not that bad. Just a little snow, man. Come on.
Drama. Ow!
You're from
But yes.
Rochester, for God's
I
sake.
thought you grew up in the snow.
Yeah, he's
I
from
know.
Rochester.
But
Oh, dude, come on.
no, but I was gonna say like yes, yeah, that would be pretty much like something a big sister would do.
But see, I did not underline it. I didn't throw it in your shirt and smack it.
Oh no, thank you.
I didn't. I only did step 1.
Yeah, that's one thing I hate. Like I hate the feeling of things under my clothes, like water or whatever. Oh, it just makes me feel really uncomfortable. It's like sand in your shorts.
Have you ever skinny dipped?
No.
Why not?
Honestly, the opportunity never came along.
I actually did when I first moved to Austin. I went to Hippie Hollow.
I used to work with this guy up.
Okay, you just totally took my mojo.
Oh, go
right
ahead.
there.
You went to Hippie Hollow, and
Well, I mean, I didn't start out naked. I really didn't, because I was kind of like, I moved here in '94.
but
So-
technically you did start out naked, and they put a diaper on you.
Anyway, dear, I gotta live with this. Anyway, okay.
Yeah, you're lucky.
Okay, so I went there with my ex, and we paid our parking fee. We got out of the car, and we were starting to make our way down the trail, and here comes a guy carrying an ice chest, wearing nothing but tennis shoes. And I was like, we're not in Kansas anymore. All right.
Although I've heard like the Hippie Hollow.
And again, so, people keep talking over me.
She's in the middle of a story.
I'm in the middle of a story. So, and like I said, I was really expecting like a little Pebble Beach or something. Oh no, Hippie Hollow is a freaking cliff. It's a cliff, and,
Yep.
and it's not
Yep.
not a comfortable cliff. So
No.
so basically, I went in the water like you were. This is what made me think about it. I went in the water fully dressed. And then, because I was just wearing like a cutoff T-shirt and some shorts. And then after a while, I was looking around and I just went, fuck it. And I just disrobed and I started swimming around. And then when I got out, I was like, I don't have a dry shirt. Oh no. So I had to squeeze out my shirt and put that on and go home wearing nothing else but a long shirt. Yeah, it was.
Oh goodness.
It was grossness.
It's better than going home with wet socks inside your galoshes.
Oh, that's terrible. I hate that.
Actually, it does make me think of a story once where a friend of mine was very drunk, and I come to no surprise. A few years later, we ended up not being friends anymore. But
I'm sure there's a story behind
there
that.
is.
But okay.
But it was her birthday, and she smeared cake all over my back, underneath my shirt, and I did not trust their shower, so I had to sleep all night with this dried cake underneath my shirt on my back. It was the most uncomfortable feeling I have ever felt
How
in my
could
life.
you not trust a shower? Did it do something to you?
They had a pretty grungy shower.
Oh, okay.
Huh? Yeah, unfortunately I did.
Oh, hello?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Hello, Elder.
Incoming call from 512.
Oh,
I better tell her good thing.
that was Tom Moon. It's the Pentagon calling Tom Moon.
They're gonna make a national Tom Moon Day.
But
They
they
need some Australian advice.
But they actually had to drive me home as well because it was a long way home. So I had to go to the restaurant. I had to sit in the car all the while having this dried cake in my back.
I was going to say...
You know what? I would have risked the grungy shower to get cake off my back. I'm sorry.
I was going to say that I used to work at Procter & Gamble up in Ohio. And our foreman was a woman, right? Her name was Candy. And
4-person.
4-person. And we were... I was with my coworker in the break room with a couple of coworkers, right? And we were taking a break. And across from me was my friend Kevin, who was like... I guess he was a germaphobe. You know, he could not stand being dirty. He was always washing his hands. He was always really clean.
He would have come in handy during COVID.
Yep.
Well, Candy was out working on some machinery, and she had grease. She came into the break room behind him. His back was to the door, and her hands were just covered in grease.
Like axle grease?
Yeah, like she'd working on some machinery out there.
Oh shit!
And she came in behind Kevin and just went like this with her hands like all over his face. And he was like, ah! We were were laughing our asses off. She was laughing her ass off, and he was like, ah, he ran to the bathroom, ah, like he was on fire or something. Oh God, that was so funny.
That's kind of terrible.
It was funny. I didn't care.
For a germaphobe, that's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, it was funny though.
I just dropped an ice cube down his back. That's cold-blooded, man.
It was hilarious because everyone was in the break room and we all laughed.
Oh my God.
Oh God.
Okay, so lost in thought. Who is coming up next?
Who indeed? Yes. Da, 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 da.
So have you guys reached a verdict yet? It looks like you guys are like working on a bill.
We find you innocent. We find you completely innocent.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Release the Kraken.
I'm utterly and irreparably guilty.
Yes.
Yes.
No, never.
But no.
I managed to get you guys looking a little bigger on the screen there. So.
Very kind. Very kind
Thank you.
indeed.
Thank you.
Size matters.
Oh God.
There actually is this very catchy tune on YouTube
Called Size Matters.
Yeah, and it's like it's about the Norwegian alphabet, and it's like how about
Hi, Benny.
Bye,
Thank
Benny.
Thanks for
you.
coming in, man.
and it's all a song about how the
Thanks for
Norwegian,
braving the snowstorm, man.
but it's a song about how the Norwegian alphabet is bigger than the American alphabet because they have O, I guess.
Okay, guys, you probably wouldn't mind if I dropped another snowball down his back, would you?
No, I would.
No, not at all.
Chill
I
out.
would.
Chill
I'll
out.
be back. Hold on.
No.
There's still a little snow left on top of my truck.
Introduce the next person, or I'm going to drop another one.
Okay, so coming up next, he's got my vote in 2024. Let's hear it for Reggie Goodman.
Hashtag Goodwin 2024. Woo!
Long I can be his campaign manager, we all right.
Yes.
I like this. This kind of sounds like Bond or I Spy.
It does, right?
So, yeah, it does. Or at least what I try to do. This poem is just titled 88. 1988. 33 years ago in the last century, the last time a Republican Party's nominee for president won the popular vote in the Electoral College. Of course, this was aided by political snake oil salesman Lee Atwater and the racist Willie Hortdad, designed to frighten white people to vote against their interests and go back to their sitcoms. Decades before the internet and phone apps became our primary distractions, Pappy Bush wasn't the happy warrior of kind and gentle conservatism. His authorizing it made him as racist as the rest of them, just possessing a little more political finesse than this hot, spray-tanned orange mess beyond his name, incapable of a correct sentence or cogent statement, a damaged man that was the evolutionary apotheosis of wink and nod genteel conservatism. It was eventually going to morph into fascism, where the Keystone Cop by a brutish slob, this is a coup by the father of lies, on the day the Electoral College is to be certified. The former GOP supported the mechanics of republics as long as they were winning electoral results. I repeat, it's been 33 years since the gang of Putin won both the popular vote and the Electoral College. They have literally, in the 21st century, put two presidents in the Oval Office, of which a plurality of our citizenry did not vote for or give its consent to be governed by them, and the antediluvian Electoral College isn't replicated anywhere else on the planet. The ideal of democratic republics working for them until it didn't. Then, like spoiled children at the playground, they're kicking around dust and marbles, overturning tables, not to throw thieves out of temples, but because their thief didn't win it. All votes that don't maintain their power and privilege relevance are to them illegitimate. 88 is the underground symbol of white supremacy. The letter H is the eighth letter in the alphabet, a creative way to say Heil Hitler. Richard Spencer, leader of the alt-wrong movement, gave us the English translation of Sieg Heil, Hail Trump, hail our people, hail victory. It is not a mystery that fascists who can no longer legitimately win elections would find 88 reasons to resort to violence on the 6th of the on the 20th and thereafter to all my sane friends and lovers of democracy, be careful. This maniac has awakened the Kraken. This narcissist must become irrelevant. The way Germany defeated fascism, that they are to be held accountable. Merrick Garland, be apolitical. That is the skill you bring to a battered Department of Justice. The Capitol is in lockdown. A woman who supported the coup was shot and died from her wounds. By the end of the day, we added 3 more. A 5th Capitol policeman added to the score. And the clown who lit the match on Twitter sends tepid messages trying to distance himself from the fire he lit. 4 years and a string of bodies later, they finally block him. Up is not down, left and right are opposite directions. There are reality and fantasy, truth and fiction, right and wrong. Justice wears a blindfold and holds a balance. Do justice. Hold these seditious traitors accountable.
Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Over and over again. 25th Amendment.
All right. Give it up for Reggie Goodwin.
So true, so true. It's like now they're talking about, impeachment. Yeah, would have been nice 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I know that's right up there with, hey,
Well,
guess what? People were banning him from Twitter. Yeah, 4 years too late.
Have you seen that meme where it's like, what's the president of China's name?
Xi Jinping.
Yeah, he's on the phone, right? And he's on the phone with Putin. And he's like, "Are you seeing this, man? Do you see what's happening?" And Putin's like nodding like an approval, yeah. And then, dude, hold on. And then Ping's like, "Hold on, I got a call." He clicks over, and it's fucking the guy from North Korea.
Oh, Kim Jong-un?
Yeah, he's on the phone. He picks up. He goes, "Hello," and it's like, dude,
Yeah.
watching all this shit happening,
Oh, but have you seen Trump's been banned on almost
That would have worked a lot better if I would have remembered the names.
He's been banned on TikTok.
He's been banned on Pinterest.
Everything. Instagram.
He can't even post a recipe.
That is awesome. I mean, it's too little too late, but still awesome.
It's not like he would, but...
And now the owner of Parler is saying they're probably going to go out of business because they're dropping, everyone's dropping them,
As they
should. I have one thing to say about that. I'm done.
Because when I first heard about Parler, I had no idea what it was. And then I started hearing more about Parler, and I was like, oh.
Right wing, extreme right wing and fascist.
I'm sitting on the console now.
What?
I'm sitting on the console. I can close this and then.
Hey, you know what though? Today I was at a poetry reading, and I heard a poet said that Trump make Nixon look like a saint. I'm like,
yeah,
whoa.
I saw that too.
A statesman. Look like a statesman. I was like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I was like thinking even Nixon knew when to call it quits.
Yeah.
Even Nixon resigned and split.
Enough's enough, But now this guy won't fucking back down. He won't stop.
Trump's too stupid to do so.
Stupid, yes.
But what's
he
cool?
Said he's a fighter.
What's cool if this impeachment does go through? What's going to happen? He's going to lose all his presidential.
Yep.
Keep talking. I want to brag about
the $1 million a year, travel expenses, the pension, the Secret Service, all that shit. He'll lose it all.
And he can't run in 2024.
Yeah, most importantly,
Right.
What I'm hoping is that I hope that none of his offspring can run in 2024 either.
I think they're all going to be concerned about trying to stay out of prison. This is just a bluff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm worried about is more like Ted Cruz running.
Okay. I have a tiny little announcement to make before we close out the show.
Well, no, we have fewer people before we close the show.
Okay.
Are we doing another round?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
There's a few more people.
We are in the middle of the round, but I want to let you guys know. We asked Jacob for a hot tamale hot cocoa, but we're missing a lot of ingredients. So, Jacob invented a hot tamale hot cocoa as a frap.
So it's like a hot tamale frozen hot cocoa.
Check it out.
He's a genius. Hot and cold
It's
in the same
chocolate
universe.
and cinnamon with whipped cream. Yum, yummy.
Baileys.
I can't wait to try it. If I could if I can maneuver this straw wrapper, which I can't. What?
Oh, you didn't put any chocolate in it.
Oh wait, but
Oops.
Is it cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
I'll just get another straw.
Cinnamon.
It's good. It's good. I like cinnamon. Cinnamon's good for you.
It's good.
Good for you. Hot stuff.
Give me that.
No, don't do that. No.
Don't you effing dare.
He made it for
Whoa.
He was gonna try to grab it and have a sip. Like no.
Yeah.
And you're the one all coming in wearing a face mask and a shield and all that.
And I'm a yellow belt in Taekwondo, so I know what I'm talking about.
I was gonna replace the straw.
It doesn't matter, dude.
Yeah, fluids.
It doesn't?
No.
Everybody was kung fu. Anyway, okay. So who is coming up next?
My dad used to like that song.
Oh, yes, coming up next. Yes, she's breezy like Sunday morning. Coming up next, we have Miss Breezy Love.
Woo! Breezy Love.
Yeah.
I gotta do it. It gives me a chance to change things over here.
All right, I got two short poems for you guys. The first one is called Fearless Love. Like some spell passed down from the African matriarch. It is you that adorn the crown. You found a way to my heart in a trance. Center and stage the proud watches as I advance. Far from intimidation, I gyrated for you until the spirit vibrated, marking your territorial mark. Opening my veil hard, I gyrated fearlessly as you captured me, forbidden due to separation, yet you came for me. Fearless, I submitted and committed adultery. I gyrated fiercely as you captured me. I cried out for you, my dance was more beginning to sound like a rattle. Fear almost raped me, however, your strength would fight for me and free me. I still fed the drum and its boom, and I gyrated fearlessly as you captured me. My warrior stood undefeated until the end. We now sit and stare at the dead fear, fearless love. This one is the really, really short one, and this one is called Sour Heart. And the quick, bitterly cold winds, they came brash with words, heartless and cunningly, filled with audacity. I hear no evil said of falling. I embrace and muffle gracefully, leaving them to shiver and hover to carry me with their own acidic heart, sahata, sadava, heart, sour heart. I'll do one more since that one was really short, and this one was called Without Conditions. But I want to go back and say this. I don't know, something hot tamale said. What you were talking about, skinny distance. It just reminded me of a particular poem. And sadly, I don't know how I have not made it over there. I want to go to the Hippie Hollow eventually. So, hot tamale, if you ever want to take me, I'm ready. So, this last one is
I'll have to drive though.
Without. Okay. That works. This last one is called Without Conditions.
Oh. Freeze.
Oh, she froze?
Yep.
Yeah.
She's a warm soul. Why is she frozen?
Right when it was getting juicy too. Oh, there she is. Okay.
There she is.
Come back.
I'll start
One more.
over. Without conditions, speaking volumes of no restrictions. So love me with my untamed hair in moments when I am unwilling to play fair, because it's just a moment I'm having of I don't care. When the tears overwhelm us both in situations of inconvenience, despair, when conversations are just boring and we have nothing to compare, when the day is long and we just need a glass of wine or a cold beer, when it hurts and we want to quit and say, but you were never there. Let's just be naked and bare to speak our truth in the midst of nowhere, where restrictions are reinforced like we're in prison. Let's make our togetherness like we envision, without the tedious conditions. We make unconditional love at its best execution, without conditions. Thank you.
All right, give it up for Breezy Love. Sorry about the delay, guys. I got one too big of a swallow of the hot tamale, hot cocoa frap, and I totally brain froze. Oh, God, I was sitting there going, oh, make it stop, make it stop.
Well, speaking of delay, remember?
I feel better.
Remember how last week I was saying the video, or maybe the week before, I was saying the video was out of sync, but we could hear?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, that's just here. The video that's actually on Facebook that people are watching, it is in sync.
Oh.
It's just out of sync here. That what we're watching. So I ain't gonna try to figure that out.
Because Kickbutt is its own dimension.
Because once you walk in, man, it's like, you know, you're 2 or 3 years behind.
Groovy, man, groovy.
Like you walk in here, you instantly start to think about 10% slower. Since I showed up around this gig.
Yeah, that's the medicated cookies. Oh,
you know what your brain.
No, the cookies are not medicated. The only medicine in there is sugar.
Sugar. You know what your brain
Drink
freeze?
the green.
Huh?
Don't drink the green frap.
Don't drink. People, don't drink the green fraps. There's some bad fraps going around, man.
You know,
that's right.
Green frap equals the green fairy.
I know of that drink.
Not unless you put on some Black Sabbath, man, because then it'll all make sense.
Yeah.
Shit.
You know what your brain freeze made me think of?
My brain freeze made him think of something.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Made me think of the song "Whip It" by Devo, mainly because of there's that one scene where the mother goes like this.
Okay.
I know. or something about designing women.
Yeah, this is true. Lawson thought actually made a reference that didn't pertain to the Golden Girls or designing women. How about that?
I know.
That's amazing. Devo is a 4-letter word.
Okay,
And I remember that scene in the video.
Do you?
I actually do too.
Okay, lost of thought. Who's coming up next to the virtual stage?
I think we're out of people.
Didn't I?
No.
Didn't I just say that?
What?
You said we have 4 more people, and I said no. That was our last person.
Yeah.
Well, there's the console sitting behind you there.
That's right. Guilty.
I mean,
Guilty.
I know you said for me to look up something, but I was just so pissed off about what happened this week.
Exchanging glances.
Bring on the poets.
Strangers in the night. What were the chances? Sing it. We'd be sharing love before the night is through. Sing it. All right. Seriously.
But I was gonna try to do a Tom Moon thing, but I can't. But the one thing I'm thinking of is just saying like, "Hey, thanks a lot, Trump." Now other countries that are being dicks to their people are looking to us, saying, "Hey, you're telling us about this." I can't.
It's how we're trying to impose democracy and fair elections to other countries.
Yeah.
We're losing our clout because of this. Well,
Yes.
why should we incorporate that? Look at you guys.
Yes.
You know, look what just happened.
It's like we can be dicks to our people too if you can do it.
We'll get it back. But this has definitely put a big damper on our credibility.
Export terrorism comes back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and
did you see that video that Schwarzenegger put out today?
Yes.
No, what?
I watched
What
the
video?
whole thing.
Wasn't that
Was
good?
really good.
What
He was
video?
there
It's
for
really
Crystal
good. It's
Night.
8 minutes long, but it's good.
Really good.
What is it
Really
about?
good.
heard
I
about it.
What's the gist?
He hits the nail on the head. Well, he explains the whole situation, and he explains how he's an immigrant. He grew up in Austria, and
he's Nazi.
yeah, and he even brings up the fact that he said that he never talked about this, but how his dad used to beat him when he'd come home because but he didn't blame his dad because the neighbors did it, and the other neighbors did it because a lot of soldiers would just fight for Hitler just because not necessarily that they were Nazis, they were just following they were just doing what they were told, and and it would scare his mother and all this, and he gets deep, and he said people were, I mean, he was getting all these calls from all over the world, friends, people. Imagine how many people he knows, right?
Yeah.
And people were calling him up crying about the state of America because we're a symbol of freedom across the planet, and it looked like freedom was crumbling, and what does this mean for the rest of the world? We're a symbol. This is bigger than I think most people understand or can comprehend. But a lot of people, as much as a lot of other nations, we hate Americans, but they yearn for the freedom,
Yeah, and Trump tried to take that away. He tried.
He's roll him away. He's over. We're here. Long live the poets. Long live poetry.
Poets for
live joy.
Oh, you want to hear something new?
Oh, hey.
Want to hear something new?
Poets for space.
He's getting ready to give Bill Belichick the Medal of Freedom.
Let's get the hosts to do what they're going to do.
Here's Birdman 3 and 3 with some new shit. Go ahead, Birdman.
No. I was just gonna say something. I ain't reading nothing.
Okay. He's not reading anything.
Boo. Okay, let's take all the back. Okay, what?
What were you gonna say, Birdman?
Oh, never mind. I already said it, man. I forgot now.
I was rolling the music, man. I thought you were going to read something.
No.
I got something.
Of course, Tom always has something.
I got
Tom always has something.
Got something too.
Let me find.
Here we go. This is in praise of us. It's in praise of awe and mystery. First love, first hit of heroin. Spend your life seeking the essential purity of the second one. You can't eat cabbage twice. Souffle only rises once. And positivity eventually is the only running order of the universe. And harmony always sings with us. Storms between sink those few cynical sailors of doubting Thomas. Mystery surrounds us like San Francisco fog or politics. Diamond eyes and golden minds see clearly. We must love one another or die, said W.H. Auden. Truth and alignment awaits us, but the seeker must activate like a credit card. Boot on the brake to self-start a modern car. Counterintuitive like the marriage of Siri and Alexa. I admire and respect off-grid sand, smartphones and computer. And those who are faithful and persist in personal correspondence and conversation. And all of you of goodwill, whose kindness ensures our continuance, and healers, healthcare frontline workers, post office workers, Walgreens workers, whose persistence predicates a trust in continuous community, of which we are all a part, if not the whole. And it will take all of us tonight to get to the other side.
Yes.
Woo! Groovy, man, groovy.
Sure, Tom. And did I hear that Reggie had something?
No, I want to end on that high note because mine is still pissed off about the 6th.
Well, hey, I wouldn't mind ending on a note like that because we're all pissed off right now.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was pissed too, man. That pissed me the fuck off. I was like, what the fuck are these idiots doing?
Yeah.
What the fuck? And what's worse is how people were trying to compare it to the protest
Black Lives
marches
Matter.
that we had, during the summer and stuff. Like, no, dude, that has nothing to do with it. This is our nation's capital, man.
Right.
What the hell?
Yep.
Our senators.
It was the inside
Our
job.
congressmen and senators were in there, and the vice president was in there. Okay, Pence or whoever. Still, it was the vice president of the United States was in there, and you're storming the place.
Yep. But yeah. Did you want to say your last piece, Reggie?
I'll say it.
Yeah.
All right.
It has a very
Closing up the
Go ahead.
night, we have Reggie Goodwin.
Okay.
Oh, did I get my intro music? Or I'll just go.
Wait.
Go rev up the dog.
Here, this is one you like.
Ladies and gentlemen, coming up next to the virtual spoken and heard stage, other than Lost in Thought dancing, we have Reggie Goodwin.
Yeah.
When fascism comes to America, it will be wrapped in a flag and carrying a cross. Sinclair Lewis. This is fascism. This is why 81% of evangelicals voted for the pussy grabber. Southern Baptists enabled the slaughter of Native Americans and the enslavement of the African diaspora. Twisting and misquoting scriptures from a brown-skinned itinerant preacher, they they revere every Sabbath. This is fascism. The Southern strategy had a shelf life, born in the 1960s strife, 3 years past the Civil Rights Act, 2 years after the Voting Rights Act. In 1968, post LBJ's contrition due to his Vietnam obfuscations, Nixon, running on law and order, pulled in the former Dixiecrats in the former party of Lincoln, who didn't want to share power with the descendants of the African diaspora. Nixon won the election and inaugurated wink and nod gentile politics that gave the Republican Party plausible deniability as they expanded their territory, sweeping the South for the first time in their history. In his 1972 re-election, then Watergate, the plumbers, and hubris blew the expansion. The fact that we had only 3 television stations, we got our news without guile or spin. Nixon went from winning 49 out of 50 states to resigning in disgrace. The Grand Old Party, however, expanded their case with the evangelical base that was initially okay with Roe versus Wade. They didn't want to obey the government order to desegregate Christian private schools generated Allen versus Board of Education, disseminated at a slower pace than all deliberate speed would, for many like me, take decades. Abortion gave the fig leaf to their miscegenation bigotry. The GOP further expanded their greed for raw power by going against the LGBT during the AIDS crisis, the first coronavirus before just bigotry against black and brown bodies was slowing down party expansion. They always solicited endorsement from the wealthy 1% and sold their souls for an election paycheck, bending the arc of the moral universe and public service to self-service and fascism. Now, at the bottom of the barrel, the gang of Putin has enlisted flat earthers, birthers, crackpots, and conspiracy theorists that think the planet is 6,000 years old, climate change is a Chinese hoax, and fear demographics foretold that they would lose their numerical foothold. Hence, the sense of urgency, the fear of losing their supremacy. When a black preacher from Ebenezer, the same pulpit where Martin Luther King ministered and led the civil rights movement, and the son of Jewish immigrants, a protege of the late John Lewis, flipped over the Georgia Senate from the ghoulish 1%, endemic stock traders, and the grim reaper control of Moscow Mitch. The party expansion reached an impasse. No one is buying their bullshit about trickle down and expecting American exceptionalism to magically happen for everyone and bring old jobs back. Automation, computers, and robotics replace that. We should have been preparing Democratic and Republican constituents for their eventual industrial, political, and demographic shift. An insurrection attempted on December 37, 2020, didn't let us peacefully participate in the Electoral College certification. 5 total dead, 1 more person killed than in Benghazi, that generated endless hearings and 11 hours of testimony, ruining a political career, revealing nothing except for the sadism of Kevin McCarthy. Now we're trying to get out of the nightmare brought by their dear leader, Chewbacca in a bikini and a buffalo hat appendage, gross gremlins and golems defecated in the Capitol and tracked feces through offices. This is fascism. Desecration of the symbols of our sovereignty is their first order of business. This hatred is learned in kitchens from credible others, fathers, mothers, sisters, brothers who want slavery to re-begin. They thought of making America great again, just like the Knights of the Ku Klux Klan, because Their special status as privileged sociopaths is thwarted by inevitable progress. They are willing to give over their sovereignty to an unqualified, treasonous potentate of avarice, lunacy, and chaos. Give our country to Russian power for the illusion of white supremacy. Get over it, Grand Poobah of the Loyal Order of Water Buffalo. Stop trying to ruin the Flintstones. We're all earthlings, family, and humans.
Yeah, humans. Yeah.
All right, good. Closing up the night, we have Reggie Goodwin.
Yay, Reggie.
Check it out, guys. Look what I got.
It's a ball of snow, otherwise known as a snowball.
I don't trust that.
No, I'm not gonna throw it at you. It's actually my worry stone right now.
Is it?
Sure
Nice.
is.
Earlier when I was
Yeah.
I was playing in the snow, my hands were like really freaking cold. But this just feels good right now.
Actually, there was.
Find the shirt.
Huh? What?
Find a t-shirt to add it to.
You know, there was an article that I read though, and it was pretty much right. It described Trump himself as a terrorist, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty much right. You know, Trump himself is indeed a terrorist.
The thing with him is he gets other people to do his dirty work for him.
Yeah.
Like Charles
Yes,
Manson.
Exactly.
thank you.
Exactly.
Well, Michael Cohen said he speaks in code like a mob boss.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
He suggests.
Oh yeah, it's obvious. I mean, you can tell. I mean, maybe not right at first. Maybe not everyone was aware of it, but then as time went on, it's like, wait a minute, you know, what's this guy doing?
Yeah.
And oh god, it just makes me crazy that
Well,
so many people and there's friends of mine. Thankfully, not a lot of my friends, but the friends I have on Facebook, and they eat it up.
Yep.
They're still defending him. You know, like
Yes.
what the fuck? What
It's
is?
like
I feel like saying, are you sick in the head? Are you?
Yeah,
I mean, can you not see this?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have friends I went to school with, especially in college. Man, but you know what? A lot of them don't even say much no more because I already told them I don't want to hear it, man. To each his own. Keep your comments to yourself.
Yep.
I'll keep mine to myself.
Well, it's pointless because you can't try. No matter what you say, they're not going to change their view. You know.
No, they're
no,
not.
they're not.
And
Right.
Because you're trying to rationalize with them, and everything about fascism is pure emotion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
Nuremberg Tribunal is necessary. Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Post World War II, all the Nazis, they were put on trial, and the evidence was there, and then either hung or released or put in prison. But that's what's necessary now: criminal prosecutions.
Of some of our elected representatives, at least 153 of them.
134 Republicans and about 7 senators.
Yeah.
I'm
So
hoping
it's
that
pretty.
I can't believe they still voted for that shit, or not voted, but they brought it up after the fucking raid,
I can't believe some of this. I can't.
and they were still standing by, like, oh, we need to, we need to do a recount or whatever the fuck they were doing, you know.
I still can't believe like 4 years ago.
Because they're as afraid of their constituents as we are.
Yeah.
Because they were going to hang Mike Pence. You
Yeah.
heard
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
right?
There was,
They
they
was
had,
going to
they
hang
had
him.
a
They had
noose
the
set up
noose
outside.
out there. Yeah.
And they've since Donald has conceded, they have started to call him a traitor.
Yeah, they did that to Lindsey
So-
Graham too. You saw that video, right?
Donald did finally concede.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He was at the airport, and they was hold
Wait, hold
man.
on. Where did he concede?
Harassing him.
But he did the right thing.
He did.
Maybe
Yeah,
way
he
too
spoke
late
well.
at the last
scripted,
fourth
but
down
he did.
at the end of the game, but at least he did the right thing. But now, it doesn't matter if you were supporting Trump and now people are pulling out at the last minute, you're gonna catch the wrath. It's like that book.
Oh, yeah.
Everything that Trump touches.
Trump touches dies.
Yes, that's what's happening. We're seeing it in real time. You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Down goes the cruise. Bye, cruise missile. Lion Ted gonna hit the dust.
And didn't he say he was not going to go to the inauguration or?
That's right.
No one,
You know
no
why?
one gives a
Because
shit if he's
followers
there.
have a riot there. That's why he's not going. Like he didn't go on the march because he knew they were going to cause trouble. That's why he's not going to the inauguration because there's going to be trouble. He's going to set up for trouble.
Yes.
Did you hear something about airplane coordinates and stuff about the star witness coming from France or something, and the extreme right were going to, I guess, do something to the plane coming in or something like that? Did anybody hear anything about that? I heard some shit.
No.
Of course, it was from somebody from Canada, so I don't know. But but they were talking, and they were referring to Donald Trump. But well, Donald Trump's still in the country, as far as I know.
I just want to see him serve jail time. I doubt it's going to happen, but I want to see him serve jail time.
Yes, please, murderer.
But I can't believe that the stuff he got away with even 4 years ago, especially when he did that, when he said that thing like how Mexicans were rapists and murderers, but some I assume are good people. It's like I don't understand how he got away with being elected.
Because the Republicans gave him a carte blanche. They didn't like with the whole Mueller investigations. They let him get away with it. He didn't win.
They're trying to say freedom of speech.
Yeah, he
so
didn't.
That has a lot to do with it. They said it's freedom of speech, so he can say what he want to say without paying any cost. But like I said, if there had been Obama, there had been Clinton, they'd have been in handcuffs now.
You know, the whole thing with the Mueller things, they said that he was like acquitted. I was acquitted. It was all bullshit. No, it wasn't bullshit. It's all the Republican-led Senate let him get away with it. There's a difference between getting away with it and
he keep asking the question: can he pardon himself? Can he pardon his family? That right there let you know he done did something criminal.
Yeah, why would you need to pardon yourself if you didn't do anything wrong?
If they were a functional political party, they would have convicted him in the Senate, put Mike Pence in. Mike Pence is kind of rational. He likely would have listened to Anthony Fauci, and he might have won election.
Because
because there would have been less deaths.
Yeah, in the end, Pence did the right thing. You know, he did what he was supposed to do.
Okay, guys, we can keep talking, but we need to wrap up the show.
All right, sorry.
This
has been actually a very interesting, and I keep what is that echo, Ernie B? It sounds like metallic.
You want me really to explain it? You want me to explain how all this shit's hooked up and blah, blah, blah?
No, I just want you to stop it.
Well, you come over here and make it stop.
Anyway, you have been witness.
Just be glad that it's working.
You've been witness to the best, the baddest open mic in the ATX. We're going to hear it live every Sunday night at Kickbutt Coffee, Music, and Boo. It's not just an open mic, it is a show, not a show without each and every one of you, including you, Rayla. Thank you, and good night.